I think we're actually burying the lead. Hey, OC, how did you know that Parsons was going to be able to rush the passer as well as he did? You're the only person I've ever seen to ever say that Micah Parsons could be a put his hand down guy. So I need that question answered.
The OC.
And boss, show me, you know it.
You know, in regards to trades, you've typically said that you wait for the phone to ring instead of picking it up and making the call. But when you see some of these encouraging signs from your team and the way they perform out there, does it tempt you at all to be the one picking up the phone to go get another piece?
The question.
Like, we must have got a guard. That's the only thing that would have made him do that. That's it. He know. He know. Because he been watching Twitter, man.
Well, I think that's constant. I think that old sign out, open for business, is there. And I think that we are continually looking as we go on into this season. Teams.
Boss, gotcha.
My reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live.
Boss, show me.
I will show you. Alright, so Jerry's saying he open for business. But if you've been rocking with this channel, you already knew. But it's a lot of people got this defeated mind state. We gonna try to get y'all out of the lowly bar, defeated land. Let's get into action.
Fight for, see, that's how to go out. Don't go out, just sit back. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna take Matthew Golden. No, fight for, you wanted physical. You said you wanted physical. Fight for it.
You gotta fight, man. Everything is a fight. Everything you want in life gonna be a fight. It's what it is. You can't get the good stuff without fighting. You can't get the job you want. You can't get the career you want. You can't get the woman you want, the man you want without fighting.
Oh my God. Somebody else said it's
It is.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Your boy Boss go bring you one of these another one of them good ones.
Another one.
Yeah. See, y'all should already know though. You should already know. See, when your boy Boss show up midday or towards the latter end of the day, y'all should know I got something cooking, bro. All right. Because we got work to do. This stream is brought to you by Sleeper app. Go for a Hail Mary on Sleeper picks and win up to 100 times your money. Use promo code BCS and Sleeper will 100% match your first deposit up to $100 instantly. You hear me? Take it easy on my back.
Take it easy on my back.
All right, man. Y'all already know. So if you've been obviously following this channel, we've been already telling you, man, that they've been talking different. See, some people say the Cowboys moving different. When they say it, most people pandering. They trying to get you excited and shit. But when I say it, bro, it's because I'm actually truly seeing a pattern, right? Because a lot of people was talking about they was moving different because they saw some moves in free agency, but it's the same moves they always was doing like the last 5 years, getting former greats like Solomon Thomas and shit like that. People that was former first, they been doing stuff like that. So that wasn't moving different. That was just pandering. But when you see like the patterns of what I'm gonna show you, there are some truly differences, okay? So I had to basically get to where I can see y'all comments. All right, but so everybody kind of, let me go back and rewind that, because this came from 105.3 The Fan, Sean and RJ. So we go obviously always give them credit for the clip. They the one who did it, so you can go get the original, obviously from them. And we do put links in the description because we always want people to get their credit. And we always put where they can find it and all that kind of stuff. So we don't steal content over here. We give credit over here. That's what we do. Let me turn me up. Turn me up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's better. All right. So check this out.
Jerry, last one for you here. You know, in regards to trades, you've typically said that you wait for the phone to ring instead of picking it up and making the call. But when you see some of these encouraging signs from your team and the way they perform out there, does it tempt you at all to be the one picking up the phone to go get another piece?
Well, I think that's constant. I think that old sign out, open for business, is there. And I think that we are continually looking. As we go on into this season, teams will position themselves where they basically feel like less of a contender because of the losses or because of circumstance on their team.
So let me pause that right quick, because this gives me a chance to advertise that I've been telling y'all right this whole time. And I've been having my finger on the post this whole time, because I've been saying that before he said it. Okay. And the timing of when I've been saying this has been the last couple of weeks. Let me go where I've been clearly saying that, and then I'm gonna rewind it a little bit and we go kind of cover it. So this is what I said last week. I said, listen and listen closely. The next 2 games are the most important games for the Dallas Cowboys. If Dallas does not win the next 2 games, Dallas front office will be passive to trade to put the Cowboys over the hump and waste Dak's MVP season. Okay, so on top of that, I've been keeping an ongoing tally, and we have been talking about this on this channel. We've been talking about this on this channel for the last 3 weeks, where we've been talking about the fire sale teams and the potentials. So when you're looking at the fire sale teams, you're looking at teams, right? This was from last week. Okay. So hold on. Let me go back to the one that I did real quick today. All right. Because I update this every week, because you should be looking closely at the teams that are starting to put themselves in a fire or that's in fire sale position, because these are the type of teams you can raid. These are the type of teams you can go say, well, it looked like y'all about that time to start transitioning into next year. So depending on your cap situation, you might be trying to unload assets that was former people that you valued or even paid. Because see, a lot of us have a lot of defeated attitudes when it comes down to trades. We just have this attitude like Jerry and them go continue to do business as usual, right? And we don't notice the real changes that's going on and the real ways. I ain't talking about the pandering that people was doing. I'm talking about the real ways that they have been moving different. But we will also talk about why. So this is my updated list from this week. I showed y'all the one from last week. This is the updated list of the fire sale teams. Okay. So this is work that we're really getting ready to do. I always said we was gonna do this. Okay. So looking at the fire sale teams, we even already created a list of potential people that could be assets, because they coming from teams that's losing a lot. Okay. So we looked at obviously corners and maybe potential sleeper corners. We even looked at obviously defensive ends, and we looked at defensive tackles, and we're going to actually look at their film today. That's why I'm doing the show early, because we got film work to do tonight. We looked at running backs that could be potential assets to us, because running back is one of the top things we should be looking at, and we still don't understand that. It's a whole lot of people that'll be talking about like, oh, we good, we got Williams, we good. See, I'm gonna show y'all that we not thinking this through right. We not thinking through running back right. Now, we was thinking through receiver right in the offseason, because everybody that was using their common sense kept saying, what if CeeDee Lamb get hurt? What's going to happen to the season? See, when you saw that war between team weapons and team trenches, none of us could ever fight them when they said that. None of us had an answer for that. We couldn't. We just had to submit that I was right. And so they made the case. Even though we was at war, we couldn't refute the truth of what people like Rome, people like Starr, people like Landlord, they was making the case, and they said, listen, bro, what's going to happen if CeeDee Lamb get hurt? Why can't we think about that with Williams? What's wrong with us? Why don't we understand that the season is at risk because you don't have even enough insurance in the running back room? You don't. But then I'm just showing you that, as Jerry said what he said, this is something that's not new to this channel. This is stuff we already been positioning ourselves to lobby for. We've already been positioning. So if you are a good soldier, or if you're a good soldier and you're not a passive soldier where you think the time to get better ended when these boys reported to training camp, then you should be ready to work. Let me say that again. If you're a good soldier, right, and you're not of the casual fan opinion that think the times of getting better stopped when these guys reported to training camp, then you should be ready to work. So we got some work to do. We got some ideas to push. Okay. We got some ways we can actually get over the hump. So I'm going to go through what Jerry was saying, and then I'm going to show you that this is definitely not the time to be passive as a fan base. Okay. So I want to kind of give the first overview. Let's continue though.
That's when you'll see sometimes some better players that are available because the team has decided to start redoing some things on their salary cap structure, for instance. There's opportunity there, and that's when you start getting those calls. And yes, we're in a position to improve our team if we get an opportunity to.
So you heard him say we're in a position to improve our team. This is why I've been so frustrated at the passivity of Cowboy Nation. This is why I'm team fuck them picks, man. Like right now, I'm absolutely team, man. Them picks can kiss me all over and take your sweet time. Like, no, I don't care about them picks. No, the picks is nothing but an opportunity to get players. And I'm saying get the players, especially while you have Dak playing on an MVP level. Don't take that for granted. F them picks. Now, I'm not saying be wasteful. I'm saying go get the dudes that can put us over now. So, for instance, when receiver by committee wasn't working, we made a good move on that pick, the first rounder for Amari Cooper, and we went on a run. Do y'all remember that? See, that team was 3-4, and we lost to the Titans the week we got Amari. And we went to then 3-5. And right after we lost to the Titans, we went on a run. And we knocked off Seattle to then get a chance to beat the Rams. But our defense wasn't good enough, and they ran the ball down our throat. Dak Nim balled, Amari balled, Gallup balled, everything on offense balled. It was the defense that balled. So this is the thing. We are passive, and we are usually a few players away from getting over the hump. That's why this passive build for the future, let's keep them picks, that is weak as hell. But see, I want y'all to notice something. I'm gonna go back on something and listen to what he said, and we go break this down. Listen.
Jerry, last one for you here. You know, in regards to trades, you've typically said that you wait for the phone to ring instead of picking it up and making the call. But when you see...
And see, yeah, he right on that. But he also wrong on that. See, and I'm going to explain that usually our anger is what moves them. Because, see, he got that strategy from Tex Schramm. So let's unpack the strategy. But then I'm also talk about the contradiction in that strategy. Hold on real quick. B. Bird with the super chat. He said, I'm with you, boss. Our window is Dak. Give me Max Crosby. Them picks ain't going to matter this year. We're going to go all in. Man, thank you, B. Bird. Take it easy on...
Take it easy on my back. Huh.
And then he said, boy, Coop did score in that loss, boss. Yeah, absolutely. If we could hold on real quick. Y'all give me a second. I got to go charge my phone because I don't want to run out of juice. I want to be able to get y'all super chats. I'm going to be right back. Y'all hold it down. I got to go get a charger real quick. Y'all sit back. I'll be right back. Y'all just sit back and vibe to the music. I'll be right back. Yo, your boy boss is back. It take me nothing but a second. This is when you gotta fly them planes, bro. Thank y'all for being patient with your boy. All right, let's get it. Man, y'all should hear me breathing, boy. Boy, be around here running. You hear me? But hey, it's important, man. All right. So let's get it, man, because we trying to win a championship around here. I ain't just trying to entertain y'all, bro. That ain't never been my mission. My mission is not to entertain you and pander. My mission is to put information out there to help us win a championship. So let's unpack this stuff about the phone ringing. So this is a philosophy that Jerry actually got from Tex Schramm, right? It's something that he absolutely believes in. Check them out.
What about adding something through a trade?
Right about draft time, picks get very premium right now. And the trades relative to draft picks for a player, this is possibly you might call it a good time because the round picks to be able to use it this year can come at a premium. Now, you've got to have your bait out everywhere, and we do. But those come to you, and they don't necessarily come to you because you've got a...
Listen to him. They come to you. So listen, y'all. I want y'all to understand that Jerry, because of this Tex Schramm strategy, this is his way of saving money because he basically think he gets leverage when they call you. That's his philosophy. That is truly his philosophy. Okay. He think the price rises
perfect fit back over here at a position, or you've got somebody in mind. Usually don't count on that somebody in that perfect fit knocking on your door saying we want to give him away.
Yeah, you hear what it's. See, I want y'all to understand his thought process on being aggressive by getting on the phone.
That doesn't come.
So he say basically, if you have an ideal guy, you likely not go get the price you want when you call them.
If you've got to go get it, get ready. You're going to pay a premium for it. They just think tariffs might add to things.
Yeah. So that was his basically talk of Trump, right? Because at the time, and I'm an economics major, I'm gonna tell you, tariffs are absolutely stupid for the end user. So it was it just jacks up prices, man. You create these trade wars and all this kind of stuff. That's another topic.
Wait till you try to go over and get a player when it's you calling rather than them calling you.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm showing you his thought process of phone ring.
We was talking before about that CD draft when you picked him, the Micah draft when you picked him. Can you describe what the room is like once the draft goes live and you're waiting to see how you have to read and react as players come off the board?
Yeah, I think to me, as they come off, I'm just focusing on what happens when he gets there. Okay? If as they're coming off, I don't like there, then I'm saying, boys, is that phone ringing? And by the way,
you see Steven start laughing. See, they both got that philosophy. They think that's cute. Steven said,
then I'm saying, boys, is that phone ringing? And by the way, you've heard me say this 1,000 times.
Yeah, we heard you say it 1,000 times.
Picking up the phone and calling will not do the job. The phone has to be ringing.
It won't do the job?
Well, if I'm not hearing that phone ringing and it's not ringing.
See, Steven, like it, he laughing. See, this that rich leverage bullshit. This is that Scrooge McDuck, how to squeeze the whole damn lemon. Instead of going and get what you got to go get. Sometimes you got to overpay. See, when we had them 12-5 teams, it wouldn't have been bad to overpay. Because you was a few players away on them 12-5 teams to actually get over the hump. See, this, I don't know who this is. See, if you watch the documentary, I'm gonna tell you who this is. This is Stephen Jones, who got his hand in Jerry's back on some puppet shit. Because see, the gambler, the former guy, I don't know who this guy is, but the former guy overpaid for Dion. Oh, damn. Did I say the truth on that? Did I just tell the truth?
You can't handle the truth. You want answers?
Damn, I did just tell the truth, didn't I? Huh. See, that last Super Bowl was Jerry knowing we're close. Fuck it. We got to just do what we got to do to beat San Fran. We need Dion.
And then you start really looking at your alternatives. We traded that. Mike is perfect.
See, let's go back to what he said. He says that phone has to be ringing. Is that true? Is that true? Well, let's look at your own history. Let's look at your own. Let's look at your recent history. Let's just see how.
How were you guys able to get this deal done to acquire George Pickens? I think even after the draft had concluded, all of us are looking at your roster saying, man, they need to get another player opposite of CeeDee Lamb to sort of complete the offense, and you guys were able to get it done this week.
Yeah, all credit to Jerry and Shadi for pushing it and making sure we stayed on top of it. And
Hold on real quick. We got a super chat. He said the strategy only works when you can't lose your job. I know, right? B Bird with the super chat. He say GMs whose job is on the line have to be aggressive and make the call to get the players they want. God. I'm gonna just tell you, if y'all not following B Bird, you missing out. B Bird has his own channel, man. Y'all gotta like and subscribe. Just trust me, man. He gonna give you that real. He not gonna do that pandering stuff. He gonna give you the honest assessments of what we need to do to win.
to the draft, we continued to go through and look at guys that may be available, that we heard were available, and got on the phone with a couple of people and, you know, tried to work some things out. And they came to fruition that, you know, we were able to work out the deal.
Wait, hold on. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Did I just hear him? Wait, I thought the phone had to be ringing.
Continued to go through and look at guys that may be available.
So wait, you looked at guys who may be available?
To Jerry and Shadi for pushing it and making sure we stayed on top of it. And after the draft, we continued to go through and look at guys that may be available.
Damn, after the draft, you didn't wait on your phone to ring. What you did is you looked at a list of guys who may be available from a damn, the same thing we doing over here, where we looking at fire sale teams and we saying who may, and you got on the phone. Damn, that's how y'all got Pickens? Wow. Well, why don't y'all just then do that again? Let me go listen.
That we heard were available and got on the phone with a couple of people and, you know, tried to work some things out, and they came to fruition that, you know, we were able to work out the deal with the Steelers.
Wow. Getting on the phone is how you got Pickens. Wow. See, that's why I like the question from Bobby, but I also hate the question. I hate the question because it gives Jerry a reason to be passive, as he's been passive.
Jerry, last one for you here. You know, in regards to trades, you've typically said that you wait for the phone to ring. And
see, I would rather honestly he say, "Hey Jerry, when it was Pickens and you was close, you got on the phone and got that done. Why don't you do that again for some of these people that might be available on these losing teams? Like the Jets is 0-5, the Dolphins are 1-4. I would have rather him ask that. Because that question allows Jerry to tiptoe his ass back into we wait on the phone to ring. Because he clearly contradicted his own self when he said you have to wait on that phone to ring, because if you calling them, you know, you go pay a tariff if you think these Trump tariffs are expensive. See, that was cute, but it wasn't a reality of how you got Pickens, was it? No. And I got to talk to my brothers and sisters in Cowboy Nation, because for some reason y'all think we selling y'all wolf tickets. So some of y'all think like the people that's out here pushing for these ideas. I'm gonna be honest, I noticed a lot of y'all get upset when we the ones trying to be aggressive. I saw one of my brothers say, "Hey man, you gotta be gaslighting us, cause Jerry and them would never do it." I say, hold on, big dog. First of all, I never think for the customer. I just make the sales pitch. Let me say that again. I never think for the customer. I just make the sales pitch. I never go to a sales presentation assuming you not gonna do it. Never. My boy Landlord in the building. He said Jerry told y'all he would pay them folks. People thought he was crazy. Bruh, talk to him, Landlord. Talk to him. So check this out. So I don't think for the customer. All I'm gonna say is, Jerry, I'm gonna give you my best sales pitch. This is why I think you need to make a trade now. But he ain't gonna do it. I don't care what you think. I don't care. I don't care that y'all think he not gonna do it. I don't care. I'm gonna make the pitch anyway. And I need people that's willing to pitch with me. Cause see, let me tell you the difference between wide receiver 2 and now. You want to know the difference? My boy landlord in the building, he go testify to this. You know what the difference is? Y'all didn't tolerate us not getting better with wide receiver. You did not take it. Y'all was like, hell no, we is not taking that. Matter of fact, perfect, because guess what I got right here? I got the perfect illustration of the spirit of Cowboy Nation when it came to wide receiver 2. Look. I think we need to hear from Team Weapons too.
Salute.
What's up,
Y'all
bro?
go first?
Yeah.
Y'all want me to get off?
Nah. Oh, okay. Hold on, real quick. To set the background, this was right after we made the Booker pick. I mean, literally right after.
Hey, y'all won, bro. Hey, congratulations. Y'all won today.
God.
I give y'all kudos.
Damn.
But I want y'all to understand. You can celebrate, you can talk your shit, but if this don't work, I'm putting cases on all you.
Let me ask you a question. Was landlord standing for that? Now, it worked out because, we know we got Pickens after that. But let me just ask you a question. Was my dog taking it? Was he laying down? No. He didn't let us celebrate for 10 seconds. He was like, yeah, shit, let this don't work. Right? But this is also why we end up getting Pickens. Because remember, they tried to give us Mingo. And they was like, bro, no. We ain't taking that shit. That's what Cowboy Nation was on. We ain't taking that. You supposed to.
Oh, listen.
That's right. As you should. You should.
I'm a screen
I ain't running.
Of this. I want y'all to know this now. And I pray to God.
My boy is putting his finger in our face. That boy. And if it's work, I'm putting cases on you.
Wait a minute. This what I'm gonna say.
That boy put his finger in our face, dog.
I'm gonna let y'all eat. Look, listen, I pray to God that this works. I'm not praying against my team. But I promise you, y'all will feel the full wrath of landlord from Alabama if this shit don't work. I promise you.
And you know what? He was right. See, he was right. He was right. Because this is just what landlord was telling us the whole time. And he never lied. He always said this. He said, boss, if CeeDee Lamb go down, what's going to happen? Why do you think he was like that? Because he was right. He was like, you got your guard, but we ain't got enough. And he wasn't taking it. He was like, you got your guard, but you ain't got enough. So let's look back. And now that was hindsight. Now we can look in the present and say, damn, what just happened? CeeDee Lamb went down. So if landlord wasn't willing to put his meat out like that and fight for what he knew was right, what would the team be if we didn't have Pickens right now? If he just settled for Mingo, where would we be right now? What turned the game in Green Bay? Pickens. See, you got to remember what the streets was like, bruh. See, we forgot what we was like. We forgot why we got wide receiver 2. We forgot. This is what the streets was like.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I don't understand. You have a chance to, one, draft a weapon, and you don't take it. Two,
who's the weapon? For clarification,
Matthew Golden. He's here in Texas. Draft him.
You think the fans was playing about wide receiver 2, bro? You think the fans was playing about that, bro? The fans was not playing. Landlord was just a reflection of the whole spirit of most of Cowboy Nation.
All right, you were going to number 2. Wait, come here. I need number 2. What was number 2? You were going to number 2.
Number 2? Shador Sanders.
Oh, buddy.
Shador Sanders. All right, I'm done. All right, honestly, all right. Amarion Hampton, okay? A weapon for Dakota Prescott. A weapon. We seen Dak with a wall before, and it didn't get us nowhere. We need weapons. When we went and got Amari Cooper, we look like something new. We need weapons.
So we are now in a position where, and let's just think about what happened. Did they go out and get weapons? Did they go out and get Pickens? Yeah. And then people start pandering, saying they moving different. No, they wasn't. They was trying to do that same shit they just did to us, where they went and got clowning. Like, well, we got clowning, we done. See, clowning was like Mingo. But we ain't take it, did we? See, I'm trying to remind y'all why and the spirit we need to be in. See, this is what was going on then. It was pressure coming from us.
You know, we're not naive. I know our fans. They're not going to believe, and there's going to be pressure until we get the job done.
Yeah. See, we forgot we was putting pressure on them. People like Landlord, people like that dude that, we want weapons! We was putting pressure. We was saying, man, Mean Gold, man, y'all better get the fuck out of here with that. We was not taking it. But now we taking it. I'm gonna be honest, we take it. That's why I need a few good soldiers as we getting closer to the trade deadline that's not content. Because there's too many people in Cowboy Nation that's content. I'm being all the way honest. Y'all so goddamn content. It's so many of y'all that as soon as we was getting ready to fight Green Bay, y'all was ready to lay it down. I don't want nobody that was willing to lay it down. I don't want nobody that was, we getting ready to lose. I want you to stay over there. But I just need a few good people that's willing to fight before this trade deadline. Because see, it was a fight, and it was us fighting for wide receiver 2 is why you got your wide receiver 2. It wasn't that they decided to move different. It was your pressure, dog.
We talked about the frustration from the fans a little bit and kind of the narrative that you want to change. Does that ever wear on you as a person?
No. He said, does the anger ever wear on you? The anger from, see, people forgot we was angry. It was a whole lot of people like Landlord. It was a whole lot of people like, we want weapons. Frankly, it was a whole lot of people with more common sense. And guess what? Y'all common sense paid off. Because all the people, we want weapons. You was right. Because CeeDee Lamb is right now hurt. And we still able to keep moving because y'all was right. But where's the anger? Where's the anger? I'm asking the real, where's the anger, Cowboy Nation? Where's your anger? I don't really see that anger with enough. I need just then, if it's not enough anger, well, shit, we need to get a few people that's mad. Oh, I know you never said that, landlord. Shit, I know you a soldier. My boy landlord said you ain't never heard me say we was gonna lose to Green Bay. Oh no, I already know, bro. Me and you was standing 10 tones down. We never switched up on that. My boy Nigel say, would you trade for Crosby or a true Mike linebacker? Hell yeah, I would trade for Crosby. I would trade for Crosby, man, right now, bro. I might give you my left pinky for Crosby right now. He said, my show theme last night was don't get comfortable. B-Bird. See, but I'm showing y'all, if we not willing to fight for it, they go wait for their phone to ring. If y'all just like, we ain't go hashtag, we go sit back and we go just wait, that hashtag, and they don't do nothing. They don't listen, boss. They don't even listen, boss. Negro, your voice don't matter. Who you think you are? Y'all gaslighting us. Y'all really think Jerry and them go do something? Jerry and them been telling our goofy ass that they willing to make moves. They've been saying it the whole time. They've been telling us the whole time. This was right after Micah.
We do now have 2 ones in each draft over the next 2 years, and nothing says we can't use one of those to improve the team this year, which we wouldn't rule out.
And I'm just going to give you this. Not only do we immediately get a player, but those draft picks could get us, I'm talking top Pro Bowl type players, could. Not necessarily, you're going to be quick to say, you won't necessarily get those players. You got to draft them or acquire them. But they could get us as few as 3 or as many as 5 outstanding players.
Yeah. See, when they thought we was going to be mad about Micah, they was ready to give it up then. They was telling us right then, shit, we'll make a trade right now. If y'all, but see, what started happening is we turned on Micah and we start telling you, Master Jerry, we actually happy you got rid of him. We's happy. We's happy, boss. We don't like him. So, hey, we happy. He was like, oh, well, shit, we ain't gonna trade. We was willing to do something if y'all would have been mad, but shit, if y'all cool with it, well, shit, we gonna sit back and chill.
The other thing that I want to say is we not only gives us 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years, we not only do that, nothing says we can't use some of those picks right now.
This is the same press conference, bro. They kept saying it over and over.
To go get somebody right now. Don't rule that out.
We do now have 2 ones in each draft over the next 2 years, and nothing says we can't use one of those to improve the team this year, which we wouldn't rule out.
How many times they was going to... Boss, they ain't going to trade, boss. Why you gaslighting us, boss? Boss. Just give up. Know your place, boss. Know your place. Why you trying to convince us that we matter? Why you always trying to convince us that our anger moves them? Why?
No, at the end of the day, it motivates me. And, it's not easy to win a championship. There's only 1 out of 32 every year. And we understand.
Wait, did he just say your anger motivates him? Did I just hear that? I think I did. So then people be like, "Damn, why did we get Pickens? We never do stuff like that. What made us get Pickens? It was your anger that motivated him, dog." And
it's not easy to win a championship. There's only 1 out of 32 every year, and we understand that. But we've got to be that one. And until we change that narrative, it's going to be there, and it'll be heavy. It'll be motivational.
Oh. Your anger is motivational. But you don't matter. Your voice don't matter. Yeah. When we hashtag and we really come together and we push for these ideas, that don't matter. So they was telling you to your face, if y'all would have been truly mad about Micah, we was willing to make a trade to get better now. Don't rule that out.
And it'll put energy in me. It's going to put energy in Coach Schottenheimer. I know it puts energy in Jerry Jones.
I know it puts energy in Jerry. I think he's telling the truth.
Coach Schottenheimer, I know it puts energy in Jerry Jones, and
I know it put y'all anger. I know y'all anger puts energy in him.
Know it puts energy in Jerry Jones.
Yeah. When y'all finally get some backbone and start saying what you want, when you get organized and saying what you really want to improve this team, instead of sitting back being passive and happy and just taking everything and anything they give you. Because guess what? We did not take Mingo. We was like, hell nah, y'all ain't.
Oh, hell
You ain't finna put no goddamn Mingo on us and tell us this is go work. You ain't gonna try to give me no damn Mingo and be like, this is go work and be a good substitute for wide receiver 2. We was over here like,
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And certainly puts energy and will and the organization as a whole. We want this for our fans. Our fans are the best. Number one, the best, and they deserve that.
so your voice matter, man. So when I listen at Jerry and I listen at Jerry today, and Jerry over here like, we open for business. We are. See, when Jerry's saying we open for business, can we stop saying he's not open for business? Can we stop the defeated attitude? Can we stop the Uncle Ruckus ass attitude? This old we don't matter ass attitude. This old when we over here trying to fight for shit, people over here like, what do you really believe Jerry's going to do that? Why would Jerry do that, boss? Why would Jerry do that? And believe me, it happens. Look, I'm going to show y'all one. Look at this dude. So I was out there pushing, right? Look, I'm out here. And I didn't even say no names. I just said the updated fire sale potential teams. And then this dude out of nowhere, I don't know who he is, but he's a defeated ass, passive ass Cowboy fan that just come out the blue to just pull his pants down and piss on us trying to get better. Who would trade their best DE? And you know me, I don't know. Shit, maybe Charles Haley, Khalil Mack, Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, and Michael was never traded. Oh, they were. You see how we do? Now, would you want to fight with this dude? No. So that's why I'm recruiting fighters, dog. I don't want none of these types. I don't want these types. Who would trade? So in other words, why you over here pushing ideas to get better? What would they? Come on. Why? Come on. Why even try? The whole time Jerry's saying he open for business and we got Cowboy fans over here like, why try? The whole time they was basically telling us, bro, they was telling us.
We do now have 2 1s in each draft over the next 2 years, and nothing says we can't use one of those to improve the team this year, which we wouldn't rule out.
And we got Cowboy fans. This dude got Cowboys by his name, but being a straight pessimist. Who would trade their best DE? And I got a real solution. A good start would be the Bengals, who never made a long-term commitment into their defensive end trade. Did they make a long-term commitment to him? Don't they have cap issues because they just paid Burrow, they just paid Higgins, and they best paid Chase? He wouldn't be somebody that's potential. See, but the problem is Jerry and them sitting back waiting on the phone to ring. They only doing that because they know we ain't mad enough. That's why. That's why they ain't got on the phone and said, hey, Miami. They waiting on Miami to call them. They waiting on the Jets to call them. They waiting on the Raiders to call them. And it's crazy because they just won with Pickens by picking up the phone. In their own recent history, they said they won by picking up the phones. They said it.
How were you guys able to get this deal done to acquire George Pickens? I think even after the draft had concluded, all of us were looking at your roster saying, man, they need to get another player opposite of CeeDee Lamb to sort of complete the offense. And you guys were able to get it done this week.
Yeah, all credit to Jerry and Shadi for pushing it and making sure we stayed on top of it. And after the draft, we continued to go through and look at guys that may be available that we heard were available, and got on the phone with a couple people and tried to work some things out, and they came to fruition that we were able to work out the deal with the Steelers.
Obviously,
so the only reason Jerry and them acting like that is because we put up with it. I'm gonna just be honest with you, bro. I don't feel like kissing no ass today and saying it all nice. I'm gonna say it frank. The only reason they act like that is because we let them act like that. If we showed anger, they would also be like, yeah, let's go ahead and do what the fans want it. If we was over here like, this ain't good enough. This ain't good enough. Nah. Yeah, they would do something. So let me go through my thoughts real quick. And then I'm going to prepare for this evening, because this evening we go do some film breakdowns. We go do film breakdowns on potential trade candidates from fire sale teams. It's time to get to work. And then after we really go through these candidates, we go start ranking them, just like we do the draft. We go rank based on the film. We go say, hey, man, I just watched this. I just watched Simmons, man. Maybe he should be at the top of the list. Because it's time to get to work. So let me just kind of go through a couple of these, and then we go get up out of here. Because, listen, when I do an evening show, bro, or a midday show, it's serious, bro. It's likely going to be one of my best shows, because that means something has really got me going, because I usually don't do this. And especially when I start doing double and triple shows a day, that means something is close. See, when we was fighting for wide receiver 2, I remember Star saying, damn, boss, you said you was going to take a break. I was like, it's too urgent. It's too urgent. They over here sending signals that they trying to get something at wide receiver 2. This is the wrong time to take a break. I take a break after they do it. Because right now, while they're hinting and where they're clearly sending signals that they're open,
instead of picking it up and making the call. But when you see some of these encouraging signs from your team and the way they perform out there, does it tempt you at all to be the one picking up the phone to go get another piece?
Well, I think that's constant. I think that old sign out, open for business, is there. And I think that we are continually looking.
So when they sending signals like this, why would we slow down? Why would we be passive? Why would we say, you know what? Let's just settle. No. So let me kind of go through a couple of things, and then I'm gonna get off the stream. I would take some calls. I saw my boy Common Sense want to say something. I likely got him going. Coming. I will take calls this evening doing a film breakdown, so make sure you come back this evening and I'll take some calls as we breaking down these candidates. But I'm gonna just kind of get through the content right now so I can prepare for that one as well. But too many people say Jerry would never make a mid-season trade. They treat us basically that we selling hope with trade ideas. And I showed you one. Trust me, I got many people that's in my Twitter space that's super pessimistic on any kind of improvements. So one of the things we've been pushing is running back one duo with Williams. And then we also pushing trade for edge. And I already said, never think for the customer. Okay. So I already talked about that. So the list likely that I'm going to do film breakdowns on and start ranking these guys is going to be listed. I'm going to look at Nick, Tony, Rico, Brees, A-Chain and Kamara. I'm going to likely do that this evening. I am going to start with the running back position too. Yeah, I'm starting with it. I'm starting with it because to me, it's the biggest risk. It's one of the biggest risks, absolutely. So let me explain this because we understood this in the offseason when it came to wide receiver, but we just don't get it when it comes to running back. So I said this, which is the exact same thing that Landlord was saying in the offseason. I said this today. We need to learn the value of insurance. Dallas needs Williams insurance. We need a RB1 duo. A whole duo. I will explain the Shamar James hate. I will. I'm going to give you that bonus. I wasn't going to even talk about that Todd Church, but Todd Church, you my brother. I'm going to get into that just because you asked. Okay? I'm going to talk about the Shamar James stuff. Example, what would the current Dallas season be without CeeDee Lamb insurance with Pickens? Can y'all answer that question? I really want y'all to think about that. What if Landlord didn't fight like he fought? What if the whole nation didn't fight for wide receiver 2 like we did? Where would we be right now? See, people understood the risk of CeeDee Lamb getting hurt. Why don't we understand the risk of Williams getting hurt? My boy say, so boss, do you think we one of the 10 trades? We close. We close. Yeah. So if Williams go down, what happens? See, we understood it. It was said over and over again. If CeeDee Lamb get hurt, it's over. Look. Because that's the biggest point Team Weapons was making, and I couldn't fight it. Team Weapons, and I tagged every one of them because they deserve credit. They all deserve credit for the fight that they did because they was not letting up on that. They was like, bro, they liked the Booger pick, but it was hard to like the Booger pick with that big ass void at wide receiver 2. And Team Weapons was saying over and over in our debate, they consistently made a point in the offseason, and let me name their names: Star, Rome with Cowboys Fan Talk, Landlord, Henny. They consistently made the case, bruh, if CeeDee Lamb go down, we are cooked. But I'm really truly trying to figure out, why don't we understand that with Williams? Because see, this is the point that a lot of people missing. When you go look at even Zeke, see, because we got a lot of people like this. As long as defense keeps playing like trash, there's no point of worrying about the offense, especially at a position where we're already solid. Dallas needs help at linebacker, safety, and edge. Brother, you actually living in the past. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Have we been getting bombed on since we started Wanye Thomas? That's a now old ass talking point, bro. Like what put the cap on that back end? Have y'all seen us getting bombed on at all since they started Wanye? I'm asking a real ass football question. I'm asking a real ass question. Or are we just talking in fear or casual ass talk? Let me also see, this is how I know we not getting it on that RB1 duo. This is how I know we not getting it. Do y'all remember that even young Zeke had good insurance? Do y'all remember that? So who we think we are to actually go in here like Williams is enough? No, he is not. If we had the comments, can we talk about who the insurance was for Zeke? It was Alfred Morris, who as a rookie had over 1,000 yards with Washington. And even when Zeke was going through his suspension, Alfred was toting that thing. Do y'all remember the first 3 games when they had to bench Zeke because he wasn't in rhythm yet? Remember they benched him game 2 versus Washington? Who got in there and toted that hoe? Alfred. And remember, McFadden was injured. And when he got back, he was also insurance for a young Zeke. So what they was doing was every third series, they was rotating in McFadden. And guess who else was insurance for Zeke? Pollard. But we over here like, oh, we got Sanders, we got Blue. Like, listen, y'all, at this point of the season, if we still trying to wait and figure out if you might be good, that is not good insurance, my brother. Somebody got to tell you the truth. I'm not going to pander and lie to you.
You can't handle the truth.
If you still waiting and hoping and we less than a month away from the trade deadline, that's not insurance to rely on, dog. I'm trying to figure out why we don't get that. And see, Rome picked it up too, because Rome said the same thing. Jerry's going to trade if we win the next 2 or 3 games. I've been saying that. How long I've been saying that? For people that have been watching this channel, how long I've been saying we got to win the next 2 to 3 games? Or they go into massive passiveness and they're going to waste that. Shit. See, that's the thing I like about Twitter. Your stuff be timestamped. September 29th. Listen closely. The next 2 games are the most important games for the Dallas Cowboys. If the Dallas does not win the next 2 games, Dallas front office would be passive to trade to put the Cowboys over the hump and waste Dax. And then Jerry basically came out today and said the same thing. This ain't about, oh, boss, he's smart. No, bro. This is about us recognizing a window of opportunity to where we should be loud and angry, not cool and passive and sitting back. We should be spamming the hell out of Dallas because we are not secure at running back, and I don't want us to get an injury before we see the risk. My boy Mafia Productions say if we win out before the deadline and Bengals lose out, I think Henderson trade will happen. See, I'm going to say something that a lot of y'all ain't going to want to hear. We almost don't need to win out. We might need one more loss, bro. Because Dallas and them do things when we're angry. If we keep winning, Cowboy Nation is going to be, ooh, we don't need a trade. We need probably one loss and something that pisses everybody off to where they make a trade to shut us up. That's honestly what I really believe, bro. So anyway, you know, I wanted to really do this show midday because this show is about us coming together and really recognizing that this window is closing. You're not gonna see a lot of people like really break this down the way that I did, where they showing the whole history the way that I did, because a lot of people forgot. They really did. Like Lou, my boy Lou in the building. Lou, did they allow us to enjoy Booker? Did they let us enjoy Booker? No. We couldn't enjoy Booker for 10 seconds, bro. Now, we did all that work to fight to get Booker. Team Trenches and Team Weapons was like, we ain't gonna let y'all enjoy it. See, we need that type of anger for edge and for running back. That's the type of anger we need. We need the type of anger like, We need that type of anger. Like, bro, y'all really coming in here like Williams is enough? Y'all really go act like we don't need no quality insurance for him? It's too much dependent. Yeah, they called him unathletic and all kind of crazy ass shit. So I'm gonna take this topic for my boy T Church, because T Church, that's my brother. I always love the work that he puts in. I even call T Church sometimes just to talk ball. I just do that with certain people that I know invest a lot. So it's some narratives that's kind of being built a little bit that I'm anti that narrative. I'm gonna show it. Also, I do want to highlight something that I'm very happy to see. That boy Julius Woods have been re-signed to the team, and that is Big Game James's cousin. Ooh, I love that, because first of all, Big, he took some heat over that. People thought that Big was pushing for him because that was his cousin, and really we all saw with our own eyes that Woods is a baller. So our safety room just got better again. So that is a move in the right direction, and that's why a lot of these people that's over here like, boss, we need safety, we need linebackers. Like, bro, all right, bro, let's talk about this. So I'm gonna go into this for my boy Ty Church, okay? Let me pull it up real quick, because me and Foots were going back and forth on this. Let me pull it up. All right. So this is what Foot said. Foot said, he said, slow down on the Shamar James hype. Still see a lot of so-so on the film versus the Jets. And so then Dak Attack, I just saw this. He said, I'm trying to tell people, man, dude ain't ready just yet. Let him marinate before throwing him in the grill. No, bro. Like, both of them wrong as fuck. All right. No, you want to throw his ass out there. You do. You don't need, no. Listen. I'm the total opposite of both of them. I said speed up the Shamar James hype. I stand on that too. Okay. And I'm right. And I'm gonna prove it. Speed up the Shamar James hype. He had the best tackle rate on the team the last 2 games and is expected for a rookie to have a learning curve. It's expected. In 5 or more games, we will love him. Give me the rawness of Shamar James over the lack of athleticism of a Sam Bourne. So I don't understand why people would be pushing against Shamar James. Okay. I just don't get it. So let me show y'all, okay, a couple of things. Okay. So first of all, this is what I said in that back and forth. Okay. So I'm going back and forth with Foots on this. He say, nah, man, go watch Morris punch out. He ran around 2 blocks. Can't do that. This guy said, I agree with boss. And so I was, hold on. Yeah, let me go into the comments. So this is what Ty Church is talking about. He said, and I said, you right on that one play, but he has too much upside to super critique one play. And then he said, nah, it's a few more, bro. I wouldn't lie, you know. So I'm like, all right, cool. All right. But see, it's context that you got to kind of break down, okay? And this is what I'm trying to get Foots to understand. It's like, Foots, I need you to go at Sanborn, bro. I don't need you going at this rookie with this massive. I need your same energy towards Sanborn. Because I'm not really seeing his energy like that on Sanborn. It's like, dog, I need that shit towards Sanborn, bro. And this is what I said. I said, and this is what this guy said. He said, remember when when we had old ass Keith Brooken and Zach Thomas as our linebackers. That's how Sanborn looks, but worse. And I said exactly. We got to remember that all the linebackers were thrown out of position when Sanborn went out. Let's slow down and listen to what I just said. I said we got to remember that all the linebackers were thrown out of position when Sanborn went out. A week or two of middle linebacker coaching and they will play better. We just need Sanborn ass back. We just don't need Sanborn ass back on the field. He will eventually get us beat in a big game that matters. So I said that, and look what Shotty said today.
Let's be honest, we didn't play the run very well yesterday. And we gave up, I think, 6 explosives, and a lot of that was some of the alignments. The linebackers got to adjust and move and change, and Shamar James is going to be an incredible player in this league. I really do believe that. And K9 got forced into a spot he hadn't been playing when you lose Sanborn.
God damn, he said what Boss said.
An incredible player in this league. I really do believe that. And K9 got forced into a spot he hadn't.
K9, Murray, he got forced into a spot.
Been playing when you lose Sanborn, but
damn, ain't that what I said? We got to remember that all the linebackers were thrown out of position when Sanborn went out.
I'm proud of those guys because of the adjustments that they were able to make and to go out there. And literally, we held them to 6 points in the first three quarters. And obviously, we played a little bit conservative late and tried to keep the ball in front of us and slow the game down.
So, Ty Church, what's going on is the same thing that's going on with Diggs. And Foot's on that too, right? Where we were expecting too much too early. And we wasn't judging it in the proper context. So when you lose the green dot and cats got to adjust on the fly, they are playing on raw instincts more than playing their keys. When I say playing your keys, every position has a certain key that causes them to also react. So when you haven't been coached up on your keys and you just thrown out there, you're just playing on raw instinct. Hence why Sanborn went out of the game. You saw bigger running lanes. That don't mean Sanborn is better. He was just coached up as the green dot better. So when you get those guys this week in a full film review and preparation for the Panthers, you're going to see better play. That's why I didn't let Foots and Dak Attack go on that shit that they was on. And let me show you one more thing regarding, and this is why they just frankly wrong, bro. Okay. And listen, all of us get it wrong sometimes. So this ain't over here acting like I'm better than them or no shit like that. On this one, they just wrong though. Okay. So we all get it wrong. So let me say that first, because it's going to be one day I'm going to miss it. Because it happens to all of us where we might get something off. On this one, both of them are off. So listen, this is what your head coach said about James.
Having to play some younger players for injuries, but we're also playing younger players because we want to. Whether you talk about what we did with Nate Thomas yesterday, rolling him some in at right tackle, and Shamar James getting some work. I mean, you have to play these young guys because you're going to need them at some point. So,
and that's the exact opposite of what AOC is saying. AOC is saying he needs some more time to cook. Your head coach saying, hell no, we need to put him out there, let him get his reps because he got that much upside. So in this case, I'm going to actually lean on what Brian Schottenheimer is saying and not Foots and AOC. Both of them are giving instructions that's not good for the team right now. Both of those guys. And they both was also against Keenan Allen. Both of those guys. And see, we could have had Keenan Allen. Both of those guys was pushing against Keenan Allen. Both of those guys. So This is the deal, man. Everybody need to calm down when it comes to linebacker. We pushing too much, in my opinion, to try to replace linebackers when most of these linebackers hasn't even had a fair chance. And I'm addressing this because of you, T-Church, because I've been seeing it on Twitter too. Like, nah, bro, you ain't like Foots. We not finna do this highlight a future dog and then don't say shit about Sanborn. It's like, I need that same energy, Foots, on Sanborn, my brother. I need you to have that same, let's pump the brakes. Because I needed you to pump the brakes on Sanborn in the offseason. That's what I needed. Because right now, we got to clean up that shit you was talking about. You was the one that was pushing hard for Sanborn. So now that it's trying to get him off the field, we need your help with that, my brother. And I frankly don't like to see you going at James. I don't like it. I don't, because it's like, nah, that's actually the guy we need. That's the guy that the head coach is saying we need to force his reps. Listen, in case y'all didn't hear it, listen one more time.
Having to play some younger players for injuries, but we're also playing younger players because we want to. You know, whether you talk about what we did with Nate Thomas yesterday, you know, rolling him some in at right tackle, and, you know, Shamar James getting some work. I mean, you have to play these young guys because you're going to need them at some point. So,
yeah. So when he named two guys like that, I'm going with him. And see, I'm also say that's why Foots and AOC missed on Booker, because they wasn't listening. Me and Lou was listening. And if they would have listened better, the head coach was saying the whole time, the entire time, we win these games in the trenches. He was saying that the entire time. But people kept trying to push for a weapon at 12. And we was like, nah, I'm listening to Brian. Brian says he cooks his nachos with grilled chicken. Why are y'all trying to give him chicken legs?
Oh, hell no.
So some of our content creators honestly got to do a better job of listening to the head coach. And just on this particular point, because both of them get things right, on this one, they getting it extremely wrong. No, we don't want Shamar James to sit back and cook. Because if you make him cook, you making room for Sanborn. And I don't want no more room for Sanborn. No, I want the Sanborn experiment to be over with. Over with. So for everybody that's like, yeah, the linebackers didn't play as good, I want you to listen one more time, because I said it, and I said it before Brian Schottenheimer said it. Listen.
Let's be honest, we didn't play the run very well yesterday. You know, and we gave up, I think, 6 explosives, and a lot of that was some of the alignments, you know. The linebackers got to adjust and move and change, and Shamar James is going to be an incredible player in this league. I really do believe that. And K9 got forced into a spot he hadn't been playing when you lose Sanborn. But I'm proud of those guys because of the adjustments that they were able to make.
Listen to him. He said, I'm proud of them because basically they had to make some on-the-field adjustments that's not easy. This also says to me, y'all got to do a better job of contingency plans. I'm talking about Eberflus. Eberflus, you got to do a better job. And see, the same shit that happened to Sanborn is the same shit that could happen to Williams. Is you lost your green dot, you didn't have a quality green dot backup, so then it created running lanes. I'm telling the truth. I'm not lying. And see, I saw the running lanes early, bro. I saw the running lanes real time. Now it makes sense. Let me show y'all, and then I'm going to be done with this, and I'm going to finish out this stream. But, bro, this is during the game what I said, bro. I said that the linebackers are looking so much better with Sanborn out. But, to be fair, I also see bigger running lanes, too. Being in the right gaps is just as important as being an athlete. But now we know why. See, now you got to say, why did that happen? John Owen also had the same observation, but he saw it the next day. So he said Kenneth Murray's processing is so slow sometimes. Now, when you think about why, you would understand, because he was basically forced out there.
Of those guys because of the adjustments that they were able to make and to go out there. And literally we held them to 6 points in the first three quarters. And obviously we played a little bit conservative late and tried to keep the ball in front of us and slow the game down.
Say, man, I read this comment. It's so real. It's real though. I gotta respect it. My boy D Cowboy for life said, he said, "Boss, I'm not gonna lie. When I first started watching you, I didn't like you. You always went against grain. You have become my favorite content creator. I'm no longer a Surface fan. Keep it up." Hey, yeah, and see, and bro, that's important with what you said, because I know over time people start learning me. It do take time to kind of learn me, because I don't go with the crowd. And sometimes it will come across like I'm just going against the grain for nothing, and I'm not. I just see it different than a lot of people, you know, and I'm willing to say it. You know what I mean? I know a majority of the fans love blue, but because I put my Cowboy fans first, I don't go with the crowd on that particular topic. I know I was going against the grain when most people was dogging Williams in the offseason, and I wasn't in that crowd. I was telling people now the offensive line and Riley and Clayton Adams is going to make that running back room look way better. And it makes me seem like I'm being just, you know, anti, but I just say what I see even when it's against the crowd. And sometimes my opinions are with the crowd, you know. In this particular, you know, in this particular point on linebacker, you know, I so happen to be against two bigger content creators. But I'm able to document and show you the evidence that I'm telling you the truth. So most people, after a while, they start saying, yeah, even if I disagree with Boss, I know he's giving me his best effort to tell me the truth, even if I disagree. So I appreciate your honesty. What I would also want is then
take it easy on my back.
Share the content and tell people to take it easy on Boss back. I mean well. And so this is the risk that you also take when you do content to win. I'm just being honest, because see, it's so much easier to pander. If I want to grow, I know exactly how to grow. Just be always positive. Always everything is going to be fine, right? That's what a lot of Cowboys want, fans want. Because see, a lot of people listen to my content. They say, Boss, why haven't you hit 10,000 yet? I do not pander. I don't. A lot of people that grow fast tell a lot of Cowboy fans what they want to hear. See, I tell you that they moving different. I would tell you the Cowboy fans are moving different, but I'm going to tell you the real reason why. I'm going to be like, they was moving different because y'all was angry. But I'm also not going to act like y'all angry now, because you ain't. And I wish you was. If the Cowboy Nation was angry right now and over here like, man, bruh, man, Jerry don't do enough. See, when I say that, oh, Boss, he's being negative. He's being negative, Boss. Just be patient, Boss. Just wait. Just come on, Boss. Have faith. And I be like, bro, dog, we being passive, bro. We literally just got rid of Micah Parsons, bro, and we over here like, we ain't gotta make no trades. We go just sit on those picks. We getting, see, people don't want to hear that because I'm giving you that real raw reality. I'm giving you that real raw. And when I'm giving you that raw, a lot of fans, they get, I don't like his channel because he negative. Nah, it ain't negative. It's reality. And I'm telling you real reality. I ain't talking about the scary ass reality. I'm talking about this is the real. The real is this. Going back to Jerry now. The real is this. It's going to help us if we get more people that's willing to fight. The angrier and the more active we are, the more willing that they are willing to do a trade. If we sit back praising them like, hey, they moving different and they are awesome and man, I ain't got no complaints and I don't do that Jerry bad content. I don't do that. It's like, nah, bro, I don't do the Jerry bad content either. I talk about what Jerry ass really doing and not doing. That's what I do. No, my content is definitely not everything about Jerry's bad. No, that's a damn lie. My content is about what do we have to do to get over the hump. So if that so happen to be politics and our guys' philosophy, or if it so happen to be too many sponsors, too many decisions for coaches this year, over leaning on guys that they bet on, then that's what my content gonna be about. Anything that's in the way of us winning, that's what I'm gonna be talking about. And it does sometimes make me come across like I'm negative, but actually I'm hungry. And actually I'm the one that's ethical. I'm the one that you can trust. So if we go move Jerry and move him out of wanting his phone to ring, we need a few good men. My boy with the super chat, he said, boss, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, he threw a super chat on it this time. So he said the same thing with a super chat. He said, boss, I'm not gonna lie. When I was first starting listening to your content, I didn't like you. You always went against the grain. You have become by far one of my favorite content creators. I'm no longer a Surface fan. Yeah, bro, I appreciate that. And my boy Yoda88, I appreciate this. This is what I wanted to hear. Yoda80 said, I'm a fight with you, boss. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what. See, we need some fighters. We need some fighters, man. She said, getting hashtag and share straight to Dallas Cap. Keep pushing, fam. I'm rocking with you. That's what I'm talking about. We need this right here. We need exactly what Yoda88 said. We need people that's gonna be pushing for the hashtags. So this is why the hashtags is important as we start getting ready for the trade deadline. Okay. The trade deadline is now less than a month away. It's about 28 days away. I want you to understand why we work Twitter so hard. Listen.
In the organization that will talk about how they're not on social media, but like, yeah, I bet you at least check it and things like that. Now, I will say, so Jerry, Steven, and some other people in the front office, they do get a printout. I don't know if it's daily, but every couple of days of, Twitter things that, are being written and people are saying, but
they get a report every day or every other day of what people are saying on Twitter. Again, I said it's a whole lot of people that take pride in believing they don't matter. It's a whole lot of people that want me to know my place. I talk to them almost every day. They'll come in and say quickly, who do you think you are? Jerry ain't listening to you. I said, no, he not listening. Matter of fact, that's actually a goddamn lie. I was talking to a dude the other day and he was like, Jerry ain't listening to your ass. I said, no, I have sources that totally disagree with you. Who's your goddamn sources? I said, bro, Vach and John Machota. Both of those men say totally different. Vach literally says and took it to another level. He said this publicly. He said, I know for a fact that they have YouTubers on their watch list and they watch what we are saying. So listen, y'all, you have to use your common sense. Why is Vach sitting in the fucking .com room right now? Hold on real quick. Wait, how did that happen? That happened because people was listening. See, it's a whole lot of people that try to make all of us feel like we don't matter, that we don't influence ideas. Yes, we do. Yes, people listen man, one of the top influential people in terms of people that would just outright jack and steal his ideas is Jay Tuck. Jay Tuck is probably one of the most plagiarized people in our space. People literally take his shit and go to work with it. Especially the Chargers. If you go look at the people that Jay Tuck have been pushing and you go look at the Chargers roster, it is very clear that somebody within that Chargers organization is following Jay Tuck. You can't tell me that somebody very influential was not listening to the final word. That's why eventually we got to boot that thing back up. Because the final word was one of the most influential shows to the whole community. Absolutely. The final word was one of those shows that everybody would tune in and watch, even if they didn't say they was watching. Because you got a good feel of what was going on in Cowboy Nation from me, Law, Big Game James, and OC. So we have to know we matter, and we have to move like we matter. So when you know, and you hear John Machota say that Jerry, Steven, and Charlotte on a daily basis or every other day are getting a report of what we saying on Twitter, then that means we should be pushing our campaigns on Twitter. Period. Because they're using it as a signal to what we want. How do they even know when we're angry? You think Jerry walking around and bumping into people in the store and shit, and that's how he figuring out that we angry? No, they consolidated it through an app that's able to show you trends. So if we all having the same discussions, and just for instance, like when we was all out here like, we want weapons, we kept on that.
I'm hurt. I don't understand. You have a chance to draft for a weapon.
So how do they know when most people are moving like that? How do they know? They get an indication of what we saying through X. See, what put Jimmy Johnson in the Hall of Fame? Yeah, Daniel, it's a lot of lurkers. It is. It's tons of lurkers. It's many people that watch my content faithfully, the final word, and they'll never say, content creators, they'll never say, and writers, hey, I've been watching. They're just watching now because they don't want to support you. A lot of times they don't want to support you, but they do want to watch you. You know, they won't make their presence known because that's low key support. You know, when somebody of influence say, hey, boss, right? That's showing that you popping. So they rather watch in silence. That happens, but I don't care about that. That's fine. But I'm trying to talk to us about how to take advantage of a moment like this when Jerry is clearly saying, I'm open for business. When Jerry's saying he open for business, let's remember why Jimmy Johnson was put in the Ring of Honor. He was put in the Ring of Honor because of us, the fans. Because see, remember, they put DeMarcus Ware first in the Ring of Honor. And what Jerry saw was the blowback from the fans. He was looking at the thread on Twitter where they said, congratulations to Marcus Ware. And if you go look at that thread, it was 90% to 99% of people upset that Jimmy Johnson got skipped for DeMarcus Ware. They had enough. And Jerry literally said, when I saw the response. What? No, he didn't say when I heard the response. He said when I saw the response, meaning he was looking at the thread. He was looking at the report that they get every day. And then he said, hey, man, your fans don't like this shit. Your fans don't like this. You finally went too far with Jimmy. 2 weeks later, they made the announcement that they put him in the ring. It's because you matter, dog. So how do we take advantage of this? We need to be specific. That's why I call it team aggression. We need to be specific. That's why we doing specific work starting today. That's why we go look at film starting today, right? We go look at these film on these people that could be trade candidates today. Real film, like the one I did on Keenan Allen. Real film. Real film. Where we go actually watch multiple plays, multiple games. And there's some people out there that be big pretending and big capping and lying on us and shit. Like, how do y'all think y'all smarter than scouts? How do y'all think y'all smarter than scouts? Real scouts got to watch 12 games. Bro, when you said that, you showed you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because actually, in a true scouting academy, you only responsible to watch 6 games, bro. See, you showed that you was capping. And see, never forget what happened to the OC. Never forget.
I think we're actually burying the lead. Hey, OC, how did you know that Parsons was going to be able to rush the passer as well as he did? You're the only person I've ever seen to ever say that Micah Parsons could be a put his hand down guy. So I need that question answered.
So remember, Brian Broaddus, he literally stopped the final word to say that. He said, wait. I know the Dallas Cowboys scouts. How did you know what they didn't know? But you will have content creators that'll sit up here and say with a straight face that we are capping. No, actually, we the ones putting in work too. It's not taken away from scouts. Scouts usually have way more resources, but sometimes they don't have the work ethic and the heart that we do. So we need to get to work. See, and that's what this signal today. When Jerry said today,
as we go on into this season, teams will position themselves where they basically feel like less of a contender because of the losses or because of circumstance on their team. That's when.
So when he talking like that, and I was saying before he said that, he go get passive if we lose. It shows you that we, the content creators, be actually knowing what we talking about. I ain't say that after he said it. I said it before he said it. But what are we gonna do together to make him move? Oh shit, get behind these campaigns. Just like we got behind the receiver campaign. Because every time me and Landlord, he in the building. Me and Landlord, when we started that campaign on Keenan Allen, we did it by accident. Because Landlord played receiver, I called him. I said, hey, bro, I'm watching these film. And one of these dudes popped out that I didn't think was going to pop out like he did. That dude Keenan, he popped out, bro. Landlord kept it real. He say, what? Man, I got to see that, dog. I got to see that with my own eyes. I said, bro, I said the same thing, bro. I said, well, let's just do it tonight. Let's turn on the film, pop it on. And because you play receiver, you go likely have a better eye for it than me. And Landlord, we did a show that night. We showed the film. And Landlord started having just as much or more excitement for Keenan Allen than me. But it was based on film, which is what we gonna start doing tonight as we're preparing for the trade deadline. So the first thing we got to do is we got to show Cowboy Nation and the people that ghost watch that we actually do real work. And we gonna start it tonight. So I'm gonna need every one of y'all to come back tonight. I'm gonna need every one of y'all to come back as we start breaking down these potential candidates. Because let's be honest, a lot of us got excited for names, but me and Landlord actually put in the work. And we gonna put in some more work. Me, Landlord, Henny, Lou, all of us. We gonna be putting in a lot of work where we're actually breaking down these guys' film. Because as we get closer to the trade deadline, we should have a list of guys by order, just like we do with the draft. Is Simmons the best on the list? Is Cisco the best on the list? Is Pollard the best on the list? Is Petrie the best on the list? And we go rank them after. Is Crosby the best on the list? Because let's be honest, a lot of us are liking the names. We have to start liking the film. And we have to rank these people based on film. But it is absolutely no doubt that Mr. Jerry Jones is open for business. He is. And he's been open for business. They actually talked about it in the offseason. Listen.
But certainly we'll do a real deep dive on putting some personnel together, whether it be through the draft, free agency. I know, typically that's not been the way we've done this team, but we'll
see. When we was angry, notice he said we're going to do a deep dive into adding players via draft and free agency. He actually did that. Where this time they usually treated their free agents like bastards. Are they doing that this year? Are they doing that this year? I'm asking you. I believe it's a little bit of that monster still in them. But overall, I do see the deep dive. I do see some changes. So stop fighting us because we fighting to get better through free agency. Go ahead and get on a team and let's fight for these Cowboys. It's your boy Boss Show Me, man. Bringing you another one.
Another one.
I'm out.